Hey everybody, it's Damer and Mac here from OCR Kings, and we just finished the 2021 Killington Beast. Very nice time. In fact, we are sitting in their beautiful Adirondack chairs that are so graciously placed out for us right by our car. So, good day.
It's a good day. It was a long day.
Yes.
Okay, if right off the bat, I am going to say this as a cautionary tale to anyone listening: if you do not like hills, this is not the venue for you. Okay. There is the infamous Death March where you go up.
Yep.
The vert is crazy. The distance is crazy.
Death March was at mile 3.
Yeah, but there wasn't only one. There was the official Death March, and then there were at least 3-4 more ups.
Big ups, not just like you go up a little like normal. Now they were significant, and that one towards the end where it was like hand and feet.
People were scrambling.
Yeah,
to get up
they were
there.
doing bear crawl just to get up it. It was really steep, and that was right towards the end, so that was tough.
You know, they talk about the Beast, and it's 13-ish miles. So on my Garmin, it was 13 miles. And you're going, well, we're going to go down, and it looks like we're going to turn, and we're going to go right back up. I'm like, no.
I refuse to believe it.
We're not doing that. What did we end up doing? Yeah, it was at close to the 13th mile. You're going, I mean, it was up. I ran out of jokes. We were going up there so long. And gripes. So, but again, as always, cool people.
People were awesome.
People were super awesome.
I mean, we'd be here for a while, just like thanking and saying what's up to a lot of the people who said hi to us and talked to us. So it was like, that was awesome.
Super
We love
cool.
talking to you guys.
Yeah.
We love hearing from anyone who just says, hey, I watch your videos. It was like, that's all we want to hear, because that's just kind of what this evolved into, and we've loved it.
Community.
We love doing it. It's an awesome
that we have.
Yeah, so it's
Everybody.
awesome. So please
Have with us.
Please say hi to us all the time. We love it every time.
So what did you think beyond the vert? I mean, that's what sets Killington apart.
Yeah.
Is the vert.
Yeah.
The climbs,
crazy
the mountains.
challenging. It's fun. For the guys who do or completed the ultra, it was like, hats off to you, because that's
literally.
that is brilliant. It was like, we've done a ultra at New Jersey, and it was like, I don't want to do one here. It's just not on my bucket list. I think it's out of my comfort zone too far, so we're just not planning on it.
If you're an ultra
at the moment,
you completed Killington, you're a special kind of creature.
Yes, you're a warrior. Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It was like, I liked the way the obstacles kind of spread out. I mean, they would stack in some spots and they were spread out, but it was a nice mix.
At the end, there was like the gauntlet. It was like, all right, you got the monkey bars and the Herc hoist, and everybody's watching.
Yep.
Number one, I don't think they want to schlep all of that crap up the mountain. I don't blame them. For a logistical setup, that's a good move.
Yeah.
The other reason why it was a good move is because I hit all the obstacles at the end, and everybody's watching. It's like, yeah, all right. So, one gripe, okay, and this was what I heard out on the course from a number of people, and we noticed it too. There were either no or very few photographers.
Yeah.
It's very un-Spartan.
Yeah, kind of like right
for
at the
an event.
end, but I was like, I don't know, I'm kind of tired of the pictures of the same barbed wire crawl. Like, right now I have a million pictures of me in a barbed wire crawl.
Right. Get me on Bender.
Yeah.
Get me on
Bender,
Beater.
Shoot Beater, Twister. It was like Olympus, just something different, please. That would be cool.
They should have had 100 million photographers, well, several, by the Tarzan Swing, okay? So that is another signature obstacle.
Okay, so there is a gripe that I have with Tarzan Swing, because I lunged for that bell. I may have hit it. I was really close.
So I was in the water.
You were looking up at me.
In the most Call of Duty sense of the term, mistakes were made. Okay? I'm reaching and I'm fumbling and I'm reaching high. Yeah, I'm going to win. And then I went, ah! And then I was, not to compare myself to anybody, well, who actually can do this, but it looked like I was walking on water. All right? I don't mean to be blasphemous or anything. I'm being cheeky, but I was holding onto the ropes and my feet were touching the water. I was like, this is not going well.
So when you hit the water, I haven't started climbing. I was right behind him, and his vest basically like almost ejected his whole head
Mama had
but
a baby.
Then
and
I
his
saw
head
the
popped
GoPro.
off.
I was like, oh my god, the GoPro, and it was like you were just a wreck.
The life jacket hit the Adam's apple, and I went, oh! And the canoe guys were like, oh, is he all right? And I was, no, I'm just choking to death. I'm totally fine. So that wasn't so great. You made it all the way across, and I'm in the water filming you.
My gripe is like I'm swinging and I lunge for the bell with my hand because you're not allowed to kick bells. That's what Spartan says.
But it was too high and out of position.
Too high. And then I hear all these people like, oh, kick the bell. I was like, well, you're not like, kicking the bell's not allowed. So
savage race.
Is it kick the bell, which I would have, and I probably would have easily made it because I was on that last rope, no problem.
Not to brag or anything. So along with the vert, the Tarzan Swing, which is, if you don't know, and you'll see the footage soon, we hope, okay? Killington has that lake or whatever. They use it to feed their snow guns. Is that correct? To make the snow?
Yeah, it has to be. And it's got the big bridge right over the center of the lake, and it kind of links their big lodge area to the rest of the mountain behind us. So they hang Tarzan Swing, which is just a bunch of ropes with some knots and ladders, which many of them were broken.
So, you have to put on a life jacket, which is good. That's a smart move.
That was good.
And if you do put on the life jacket, I recommend you swim backwards. It was just so much easier. You're not getting geeked up by the life jacket. But it's not a super duper long swim. I thought it was longer when you're not in the water. When you're in the water, it's like, okay, water's freaking cold when you first get in there. But it was not awful today. It wasn't like
because the weather was
we
really
lucked out.
nice.
There are times up here.
If it was the 2019 like, terrible
hypothermia
rain,
land,
40 degrees, awful day, then no, it would have sucked.
So you swim out to the middle of the lake. There's a bridge that spans the lake. They set up rope ladders that hang from one end. You go up the rope ladder and you have to traverse under the bridge a set of black knotted ropes that are not that long. They're maybe 2 foot?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not long. Yep.
But then you have to reach out, and the bell is really tight to the support that it's
like
on.
12 inch, so it's like you're hanging off the bottom, and it was like that's ridiculous height.
A lot of people said they were done at that point.
And there were so many people swimming, just making the penalty lap. So I'm like, it was probably I think a little hard. But overall, it was like the way the flow overall worked fine. We went over to that side of the mountain. We came back. We went into the water. We transitioned over. Went up the far right. It's like it had a nice overall flow.
My recommendation though would be I don't like trails on any ski mountain that are carved in the middle of the woods. I just don't care for those. I know you have to, because once you get the folks up, a lot of the mountains are not going to want you to destroy their trails with everybody coming down. Okay. Or if you have a part of the mountain that you can use for one thing and you need to get them across, you got to blaze some trails. But they're muddy. They are slippery, they are full of roots and rocks, and people stack up, and you either get slowed down or there's a threat of you getting just bowled over by people who can't stop. And it's not their fault, it's just the way that I don't like those. I don't like those cut-through trails. Not my favorite. Other than that, I liked Olympus. Got some pointers for Olympus. It's again one of my favorites.
Olympus is good.
And it was where they had it was good too. I like that.
The only thing was like Olympus and even some of the easier ones like the monkey bars and Bender, it was like if they're wet.
Well,
that multi-rig, it was like being wet just changes everything. So the fact that all of those were nowhere near the water and they were dry, they were a lot of fun. I think a lot of more people could complete them, and it was like
that's part of being a Spartan Plus member. You get the dry obstacle.
That's right. There was no Spartan Plus parking here today, but
that was sad too. But I mean, we came in and you parked right on the side of the road where they waved you in. Yes. There was like no wait for the buses. The buses took you, and the shuttle rides were brief. It's not like one of these things where you're going to hell and gone and it takes you 20 minutes to get to the...
Yep. I mean, Killington knows how to run people.
Yeah.
So it's like the venue's awesome.
It was good.
It's just, I mean, if you're thinking about doing the Killington...
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
It lives up to the hype.
There were so many people laying around with awful leg cramps.
With the bodies hit the floor. And they did. And they did, and no exception. I got cramps. I got them in the quads. I got them in the calves.
What's the name?
I got them in my shoes. My one of my toes, like the ring finger toe, went. Ah!
What's the name of the obstacle with the cargo net? But it's just cargo net with the platform in front of it.
Oh, yes, that's the vertical cargo net, but it's the augmented version.
Yeah, it has that platform, and then where they put it on this mountain, it had a slope. So it's like you jump up to it and you immediately slide off.
That was hard.
And then there's people with dirt all over it. Like it was really hard. I saw a lot of the tall guys.
You approach this obstacle and it's got like a tabletop. You come here
with the same surface as Olympus.
The vertical cargo net goes this way. Yeah. But it was on a hill, so
yeah, it was pitched.
You come this way, you're below it. You jump and just go.
Yeah.
So.
And it was like. We had a hard time because I couldn't jump high enough to go into an arm and like spin my arm. So I was trying to go like elbows and try to get myself up, and
I'll be honest with you, I was worried about the push-off for jumping because of my calves and the going up the vert. I thought I was gonna like jump and cramp and just like wither into like a fold, like hot laundry. So here, let me show everybody this. All right. The metal.
That's all right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, with the beast wedge.
So 2021 beast wedge over here. Very nice. There's the old green ribbon. Beast finisher. Very, very, very cool. Alright. Spartan. I'm glad we came. This was definitely, of the season, obviously the hardest out of anything.
It wasn't originally on our radar for this year either, because we had some other stuff stacked up, and so it was kind of it just worked out. But super glad we did it.
Yep.
Super challenging.
Super glad it's over.
Killington lives up to its name.
Yeah.
So it was good for Killington, good for Joe, and good for Spartan. So it was like, it's a fun event. Definitely tests you.
So if you want to challenge and you haven't, you should seriously consider Spartan race at Killington.
Yep.
So, and
probably the slightly smaller version of this, which is still coming up for this year, 2021, is the October 2nd, New Jersey.
Yes.
That's also a mountain race. That's at Mountain Creek.
Yep.
So that
maybe
one's coming up.
See you guys there.
Yep, we're planning on doing a beast there as well. So we'll be there October 2nd. Hope to see you there. We've heard a couple people are going to be there.
Yeah, they're going to be there already
today, so that's cool.
So also, we hope to have the obstacles footage up soon. So we'll post a link eventually to that video, bottom of this one.
Yes.
But you know what? As always, until that time, remember, train hard.
Have fun.